EU Day 2 ends here. Don't forget to start it on the Salt Mine channel. Also subscribe there.
I would honestly have my money on Dead Monster. Zamué is obviously a very smart player, very experienced player. I've seen him, do really well in a number of competitive tournaments. But I think Dead Monster might just be a slightly higher level 1v1 player. I think Dead Monster, it sort of feels like he's a few months away, a few 1v1 tournaments away from being like a top 5 1v1 player.
Wow.
So I'd have my money on Dead Monster. He's got everything it takes. He just beans shots every now and then and maybe loses himself a bit, but I think he's got everything it takes.
Yeah, that's some high praise there. But I would agree Dead Monster has to be the favorite, and not only after Samue's earlier struggles earlier on in the day, but also because of the fight that Dead Monster has given in qualifying for this event. I mean, his last 2 matches have been against Joreuz and apparently Jack, where he lost to Joreuz, beat apparently Jack, and even in the loss to Joreuz, he did play a couple of really good games before Joreuz just elevated and started to take it away from him. But yeah, I think he has to be the favorite here. I would agree with you on that one. But let's get into the match and find out for ourselves. It's Zamué against Dead Monster. Loser is eliminated from the Salt Mine 2, and the winner will advance to play tomorrow again for the tournament life.
Dead Monster here with a chance to show us his dribbling prowess. That's the word I'm looking for. We saw a lot of variance in his dribbling against Joreuz. Hopefully he can keep that up and mix up his moves. It seems to be his specialty. Seems to be being hard to predict is his main weapon. So I want to see a lot of that in the series.
Indeed, and for Zamué, it has to be the decision making. That's the big improvement that he needs to go for. We saw so many boost steals, or just boost runs where he's going in for the steal, and it isn't really a steal because while you're taking a boost, if the other guy's just scoring, do you even call it a boost steal? It's sort of like a self-out play. So we need to see a lot less of that from Zamué there. You might feel like you're getting something for that theft, but really coming away with nothing in the play. Dead Monster doing a bit of low boost defending here, and he's very composed in these positions. And Zamué likewise, and both of these guys actually in qualifying for this main event were such composed and collected players. And we didn't see that earlier from Zamué, but maybe he's going to be able to play a more consistent game here.
Yeah, I think compared to Revzy, Dead Monster is probably a little bit slower, a little bit more passive.
Yeah.
Lets you play your game a little bit more, and then tries to just let you make the mistakes, which might play into Zamué's hands a little bit, because he clearly struggled with sort of the more dynamic plays from Revzy.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how it plays out.
There, Dead Monster had half a chance. Zamué didn't think he would play that ball. Both of these guys are very risk averse so far in this game. And although I was asking for Zamué to bring more difficult shots to the table against Revzy, we don't necessarily have to see that early on in this match against Dead Monster. He's just trying to go for the long outplay, and this is really a long passage of play for 1v1 without there being a goal.
Yeah, Dead Monster maybe should have been a little bit more careful there. Could have conceded if Zamué had finished a bit better, but yeah, pretty cagey start, but both playing very smart, not really giving opportunities away too easily. Both defending very composed. Nice.
Oh, okay. What on earth was that from Dead Monster as he just ricochets the ball into his own crossbar? I thought that was surely an own goal when he launched it, but actually, in the long term, it's worked out kind of well. Oh, he's ran out of boost here though, and Zamué's stolen it away from him. And that's obviously the one place that Dead Monster can't follow him. He was staying with the ball here right until the moment where Zamué hits it up in the air. Dead Monster is completely out of the good stuff.
Yeah, maybe a little bit lackadaisical from Dead Monster. Against Joreuz, we probably would have seen him go for that touch and then wave dash into it and try and get a 50-50. But he just sort of poked it and then got caught sleeping really by Zamué. But a good
Wow.
opportunistic finish from Zamué.
Very much so. He's looking for those minuscule advantages that he did try to go for in the Revzy series earlier on today. Just looking to win the boost battle over a long portion of play, and then afterwards go for the goal. Now this is telling. He didn't play for the wall in that position. He had the option of going for something fancy. Instead he stayed down low, and it will work. But you know, would you like to see Zamue go for the aerial play there? What do you think about this infield dribble?
I don't mind it. I think he's got, I mean, I know it's a 1-goal lead, but he has got a lead.
Yeah.
No need really to go for the aerial play if you don't want to. You know, I think it's a bit of a grey area. You can go for it if you feel like you're going to score regularly enough, but at the same time, nothing wrong with, you know, playing it safe, because it is quite counterable if you mess it up. So I don't mind keeping it down. If that's the strategy, then that's fair enough.
It's going to be interesting to see how he plays that position later on in the series, as Dead Monster will get his first goal. A nice tidy flick inside his half. Good read on the early challenge, because, you know, a lot of players would have wanted to dribble this farther before flicking it, but he just played straight into what Zamue was doing.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a strength of Dead Monsters is to spot when the opponent's going to challenge. He seems to be able to do really basic stuff and take high-level opponents out of the game, and it's all just because he is reading the opponent.
You know, this play,
timing his challenges.
I think you're absolutely right. He did read the play here, but this is just too good from Zamue. It's just impossible to save without a pre-jump. Really good flick straight over Dead Monster's head, and there's no time for him to turn and get the angle to jump up and save this.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you come off that kickoff and your opponent ends up with space, boosting the ball, there really is an awful lot you can do, especially when they finish like that. Nice flick again.
Oh, okay, I think he's got it. Yeah, he's going to be just fine here. He's even going to waste some time off the clock. You know, definitely a good play. He could have put that one in at 1:02 left on the clock instead, maybe 1:03. Yeah, he's knocked off a second there. So that's less time for Zamue to come back, or Dead Monster rather, to come back. And he is down by 3 goals now, which, given how low scoring this game has been, is a huge lead, even for a 1v1.
Yeah, I think Dead Monster's maybe not the guy to go ahead and bash in loads of goals over and over again. He's going to score again, isn't he? Looking
wow. That's impressive from Zamue. Dead Monster didn't see that one coming. He saw the air dribble. He went for the early challenge on it, but Zamue went right over him. You must have been expecting an air dribble bump, maybe, or a flip reset play. And, you know, if you see your opponent jumping up really early to block you, going straight over them with a double touch is a really good counterplay by Zamue.
Yeah, it's very, very aesthetic as well, very pretty to watch. I think Dead Monster needs to close him down more, though. It seems like Zamue's loving having all this room and having all this time. I think Dead Monster needs to get up in his face a little bit more. We have seen strategy switches from Dead Monster in the past. We're definitely looking like we're going to need one here.
Yeah, this is not going well for him. And it's good news for Zamue after getting destroyed against Revzi by his own misplays. He hasn't really made any of those in this game. You know, we saw one challenge getting outplayed earlier on. That's the one goal that he conceded. Besides that, I don't think there's really been anywhere that he's given Dead Monster openings to work with.
Yeah, no, he's looking very tight. He's looking very quick as well, and very smart. But I think part of that is down to the fact that Dead Monster is playing just very passive, not really forcing Zamue into awkward situations at all.
Yeah.
He's sort of just, yeah, he's barely in this game. Like, we've seen him, well, how many shots has he got? I mean, there's another one there, but inconsequential, really.
Like, compared to 19, I mean, you're not going to be too happy with your shot output. Yeah, I think it might just be another look at Dead Monster in a matchup where he's not playing someone who is willing to take those risks. If we look at the run that Dead Monster had to make it into this event, he took a Game 5 overtime win against Rezi, who's not to be confused with Revzi. They are both English players. Then he beat Astral, and then he beat apparently Jack. And Astral and apparently Jack are absolutely players who I would say are willing to, make some risky plays in offense, really go for it, just throw themselves in and hope for the best. But Zamue, not that kind of player. Who does he maybe remind us of based on this game? Probably a bit similar to Khaled in recent time, taking his time with all his plays. And funnily enough, Khaled is the only player who beat Dead Monster in Saltmine qualifiers.
Yeah, Dead Monster tends to favor a bit more of a counter-attacking style, and if you're someone who's really risk-averse like Zamue, then it doesn't really work, because you don't really get those openings on the counter. They don't really take themselves out of the game. They just sort of pressure you until you make a mistake. So definitely going to need to switch it up, because he just wasn't in that game at all. It looked like a Grand Champ versus a Platinum or something. He just wasn't there.
I wasn't going to go that far. I mean, as we all know, the Platinums they can compete with Grand Champs. It's just the teammates that are holding them back. But you don't have that complaint in 1v1. No teammates, of course, to throw the blame on. That's why I don't play them. But with this game going so poorly for Deadmonster, I have to agree there has to be some kind of game plan change. It doesn't need to be drastic at this point. He doesn't need to go right into game 2 and think, okay, now I'm an aggressive player, I'm going to start going all in on every shot. No, he just needs to maybe try and surprise Zamué more often than he is with his challenge game, and with his own offensive ability. The step one, in my opinion, is just trying to get more control of the ball so that he can put more shots on than 5 against a player who just shot 21 times. You're not going to have many chances to say who wins the game if you're letting the opponent dictate the flow that much. Yeah,
I barely remember him having the ball in that game. Exactly, it felt like Zamué was just dribbling. Oh, I've joined the team. Yeah,
whose team did you join there? Who were you going to be playing for?
I was going to help out my boy Deadmonster, but
he needs it.
He does need it at the moment. Needs someone to pass him. He's barely seen the ball.
Yeah, that would have been helpful to have you running around, causing some disruption. Like, here's a chance for Deadmonster to get some early ball control. What's he going to do? That he needs to do something, and he isn't going to do too much before Zamué comes in and starts taking away from him. And again, Deadmonster is very hesitant to make a proactive play.
Yeah, I mean, that one I didn't mind. Fake challenge, sort of force him to take a weird shot from a weird angle. That one I didn't mind, but I'm really hoping he mixes it up soon, because if he keeps doing it in less advantageous positions, he's gonna get punished. Chance to dribble. Come on, what have you got?
Oh,
nearly.
And Mini Khaled puts it wide with the vice dribble. No one really does it like the great Khaled, but many will try before this tournament is over. Good bump by Deadmonster. That's the kind of surprise attack that he needs to be making, and a nice little fake 50-50 as well. But Zamué bounces back with 2 bumps of his own, runs out of boost and almost concedes. It will stay goal side here. Deadmonster might be looking for that physical play to save him in this matchup.
Got a chance to finish this. I'm pretty sure Zamué has no boost right now.
He's hanging on.
Nearly there.
It's like bouncing around Zamué's goal, and at no point is Deadmonster able to put that finishing touch on target. These good challenges from Zamué are keeping Deadmonster guessing, though. He's been the better player at spotting the openings for those. And look at the placement. Deadmonster losing 1-0 again, and so far it looks pretty similar to game 1, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, at least Deadmonster's had a couple looks at net this time so far. Just a little bit slow to go for his shots. I feel like he's running low on creative juices at the moment.
Yeah,
he's seeming a bit uninspired. But hopefully he comes up. So maybe just go for like a flip reset.
Oh, here we go.
Wild. Go on.
Oh, that is devastating for Deadmonster. But what a result for Zamué right at the moment where it looks like everything that we've been asking Deadmonster to do is about to come true. Zamué comes up with an unbelievable save, and because he landed outside of his goal and not in it, it's not just a save, but it's a counter-attack for him as well.
Yeah, that was an absurd save. I don't know how he read that. All Deadmonster's attacks have been, pretty toothless so far, so for him to pre-jump the flip reset power shot is pretty
really impressive, yeah.
I hope it doesn't... Ooh. Sorry, I just interrupted you. But
oh, it's totally fine. I mean, it's a lot to talk about here, but Deadmonster just failing a pretty simple wave dash there is not a good sign. It looks like that might have tilted him somewhat. He's gone for a big step-up play and didn't work out, and now he looks like he's making some questionable mechanical plays, and also nearly got caught out by another counter-attack there.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hope... Yes, nice.
Oh my goodness!
Why'd you do that?
Deadmonster might be dead in the water here, because as soon as he got the outplay and he had an open net to shoot at, you thought that was his moment, that was the one. Fair enough. Zamué, with his great goalkeeping ability, might be able to stop the ceiling shot, but an open net, that is between you and the crossbar, you and the posts. Deadmonster couldn't get the win there.
Called sending it. That's,
He just
next day
went
delivery on that send.
had it a bit too high, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, another chance for Dead Monster. Can he put this one on target? He's going to take his time. Thank goodness for that, because this would have been disastrous if he'd somehow missed this one as well. Maybe the turning point for the Italian.
Yeah, let's hope his mental strength is good enough to shake that one off, forget about it, try and, block out mental images of that ball flying over the crossbar.
Yeah.
And just get on with the game. Did he even have to shoot? I think it was going in anyway, wasn't it?
He definitely didn't need to shoot it as early and aggressively as he did. He had a lot of time, but he just rushed it. And for a player like Dead Monster, who's been a very consistent player throughout the tournament so far, that's just so unusual to see. Zamué's got an opening here, and he's found it well. Really good placement after seeing where Dead Monster spawned. And he's in the lead by 2 again. It's still looking like Zamué is a player with everything going his way.
Yeah. You gotta feel like this is a bit of a freebie of a lead to have here. The fact that goal didn't go in. You're like, oh my goodness, how am I 3-1 up? Oh, so go and take advantage of that.
I think it all goes back to that crazy Zamué save. That is such a turning point. Dead Monster so close to equalizing in style, and instead he goes 2-0 down. The fact that got turned into a 2-goal miss is really it's a crushing blow, and it's hard for Dead Monster to move on from that, messing up a wave dash, getting caught out of position moments after, and then missing an open net. All these things. Why are they so they're so surprising, but in the context of what's happening, maybe less so.
Yeah, I think we were wanting to see more creativity, more exciting play from him, and then the second he goes and does it and actually gets it right, he gets completely punished.
Yeah.
I was a bit worried he might go back into a shell a little bit after that, and it sort of seems like he maybe has. I haven't seen him try anything out of the ordinary since then.
Zamué's playing such a smart game though, and for him to bounce back from his earlier loss on the day, where he looked totally lost and uncharacteristic, he didn't look like himself with his decision making, and now he is right back and even better than I've seen him before, looking like a dangerous player. Remember guys, the winner of this will advance into a qualification match tomorrow. The winners of those qualification matches tomorrow, there will be 4 of them in the EU portion of the stream. They all make it into the top 4, and they'll make it into that single elim bracket, which will be on the final 2 days of the competition. The full bracket available on Liquipedia. You can check out the times for all these matches. Now, hold on, we might not be done yet, because although it's felt like Zamué's had this game in the bag for a while, it is just a 1-goal game. Incredibly low scoring affair.
I love that fake 50-50. Sort of fakes it, backs up, gets Zamué to pass him. I can't believe he thought of that. With no time left. So, it's just so cheeky. Such a cheeky boy. I mean, he's going to lose anyway. But
well, cheeky boys do sometimes get punished, but Dead Monster gave it a good go there, and came up with a really creative solution to, keep himself alive in this game, at least for a few more seconds. But with how solid Zamué looks, this is bad news for Dead Monster fans. We're the current rate, we're not going to see both of the Spanish players in this tournament eliminated, but we will be seeing the only Italian going home.
It's a shame, especially he lost by 1 goal.
Yep.
And your mind goes back to that
the open net miss, the huge save for Zamué. All the key moments in that last game are all huge for Zamué. And now Dead Monster has to forget about all that and focus on the task at hand. He needs to win 3 games in a row, or he is eliminated from the Salt Mine 2 main event. Both of these guys had Cinderella runs to make it in. One of them is about to come to an end.
Oh, again, you probably want to... I mean, I know it was hard. I know you sort of caught under the ball, not a lot of boost, but you probably want to score that one as well.
Definitely. It was scoreable for Dead Monster. No power. Took the flick a bit early. If he delays more there, then he'll have more power. But nice early play on the ball. This is how he scored his only goal in the first game. Well, right up until rubbish time anyway, but... The early challenge from Zamué is a good thing to throw in every now and then, just to keep Dead Monster guessing. And I think the mix-up of his defense has been impressive today.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like in 1v1, every goal you concede feels like you've made a mistake somewhere. But you have to remember, a lot of the time, you're sort of just gambling a little bit. You're going with percentage plays, and sometimes the absolute correct play results in a goal for the opponent.
Exactly. It's a concept that a lot of people will not understand because there is no luck in Rocket League, so it's hard to imagine that there are percentage plays to go for and that the right play could result in you conceding. But based on what players know in the time, in any moment, there's a lot of guessing going on, and that's maybe where the luck component comes into it, where you have to try and read what your opponent is going to do based on what you've seen them do in the past and based on what you've seen them do on the day. And Zamué's been one-upping Dead Monster time and time again here. Reading one of the guys who we've been talking about being so smart in this tournament.
Yeah, he's sort of, in a lot of games, completely outread apparently Jack. Was having a pretty good time of reading Joryu's as well, and the Joryu's just sort of ended up stepping up and popping off. But here everything he's doing is getting read by Zamué, and Zamué keeps catching Dead Monster out himself with early challenges and early flicks. He's just getting completely outsmarted, really, and nice
he squeezes it in. It is a nice finish, and this is something I would never expect Zamué to struggle with. His rebounds are very consistent. But when he jumped up for that one, I was, at the edge of my seat. I thought, oh no, has he missed this one? Is he going to hit the post and bounce out? It's something I've seen first-person perspective many a time, so it looked a bit familiar to me there. Zamué's right back into the driver's seat for now, but he's going to do his best Lewis impression as he puts the ball in his own net after a pretty weak kickoff.
Yeah, but made me feel a bit hard done by. I mean, it's a poor kickoff, but for it to go right in, no, it never feels great.
Well, it's the downside to being that far on the outside of the ball. Obviously, if Zamué goes on the outside edge like this, the Dead Monster doesn't come in from his own goal side, then Zamué can get a big win. But if Dead Monster comes straight down the middle, goal side, the ball will just bounce into that position. If it's not into the goal directly, it's an easy finish for Dead Monster. The good old scrub killer from 2016 style. But it still works all the way up until these days. Everybody's mixing up their kickoffs a lot more than they used to back in the day. I know the OG 1v1s, everybody would just do the same kickoff the entire game and then lose and think, man, the other guy's just got a better kickoff than me, I guess. But it's no longer the case. Oh, the missed bounce read from Zamué. Thought that was coming in. But he's got the mind games on lockdown with these little fake jumps.
Nice little scoopy bump to get Dead Monster away from the boost. I also loved the little, there was a little touch where he sort of jumped, spun, and then wave dashed into a controlling position earlier. He's looking really sharp. Very unlucky not to get that bump.
Oh, Dead Monster! What a save! He's had to avoid a follow-up bump there just to get that one. But these fake 50-50s from Zamué are devastating. Dead Monster just keeps flipping past the ball. He's trying to get a big bit of it and instead just kind of bounces off. But that's a good bounce for him. And he's missed it. Dead Monster on the rebound, puts it in, makes up for his mistake. But he's got to start shaking off that rust because that should be a goal on the first try.
Yeah, that really should go in straight away. Nice finish on the rebound, to be fair. Maybe Zamué should just go for the ball there. I don't know why.
He should play the rebound for sure and just miss his goal. Running to the goal there gives Zamué no chance, but Dead Monster's not going to think too much about that. Oh wow, that might just be that might be in. It is in. Dead Monster can't reach it, can he? Oh, he can! What a save by Dead Monster. He scrambles back, and that would have been the most unfortunate goal of the day for sure. We talk about how nothing is luck, but sometimes you feel pretty hard done by if things like that go in.
Yeah, it's not luck. I guess it's technically, I don't know, variance.
Oh.
Can he capitalize? No, Zamué's back.
Oh, and Dead Monster's totally out of boost. Zamué's got him. Dead Monster with the overextension. When this ball bounced off the bar, Dead Monster must have been thinking, okay, yes, now it's my turn to go for the counter straight down the middle off a save, but didn't realize Zamué was this close to him, and didn't realize Zamué was actually thinking about scoring, not just about stopping Dead Monster from scoring.
Yeah, Zamué's benefiting a lot from just sort of trying to be fast, because Dead Monster's...
sneaky.
Good little crack.
Oh! Nice. Zamué agrees. That was a brilliant shot. This was quick.
That's more like it. That's more like it. A bit more creative. Wow, that was... wow, that was accurate. I did not think he'd get that much power from where he was.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, as I was saying, a bit more creative, a bit more, you know, he's been a bit toothless with the ball. Just a little bit more vigor when he's attacking is would definitely be a welcome change from Dead Monster.
Yeah, that was clinical. Just saw an opening and did not wait for a split second to put it in, which is good, because if he did wait any longer, then I don't think this shot would have been possible. The ball was about to roll too close to the wall for him to get around it, thus putting it on target in the far corner. Zamué has hit this ball a bit too far in front of him. He can't get underneath it for the reset, can't get in front of it for the bump, and Dead Monster's there to save the vanilla air dribble. Not the best touch by him, but he will get the boost steal, so overall a win for Dead Monster in this position. And he's looking good for game 3.
Yeah, this is more Dead Monster's kind of good save. More Dead Monster's kind of game, like a cagey, uncomfortable, low-scoring defensive game.
Oh man, he keeps missing these open nets, so he's got Zamué on the ropes here. Doesn't need a goal. He's only got to hold on for another 30 seconds. The demo is wide open. He sees it, and that is a nice execution for Dead Monster. I wouldn't even mind him dribbling the ball back into his own half here. Just secure the win with the clock. But he's going to try and play for that 2-goal cushion. This is an opportunity for Zamué to get control of the ball, maybe counter-attack, with the boost steal by Dead Monster is huge. If he hasn't owned goal here, he's probably winning the game.
Oh man, I maybe would have just gone into the corner myself. I don't know if I would have tried to get it over Zamué, but fair enough, because he's got that goal. Yeah, that was risky. What are you doing?
That was super risky, but Dead Monster, he knew that Zamué wasn't likely to be playing for a block there. He read the demo run quite perfectly, and good finish to the game by Dead Monster. That's important, because if he didn't do that well, first of all, he would have been eliminated straight up, but secondly, he would have gone out with performances that really wouldn't have done him justice, and his run justice. This was more like it from him, more like what we expected to see from him coming into this game.
Yeah, this is where he thrives in awkward, uncomfortable, weird situations, where spotting little tells, little hints that someone's going to do something is the difference between winning and losing. And he needs to put a bit more pressure on Zamué as well. He did well to not give him as much room that game.
You know, the promising thing for Dead Monster though is that he was able to win that game despite missing another open net on the first try, and playing far from perfectly. So he can elevate his game even more. The danger is, so can Zamué, where he's not needed to go to the aerial game at all this series, but he can.
Yeah, just a lovely little shot. Nice. You know what? I've not seen that version of the ceiling shot where he just touches it and then shoots straight away. In the same direction. Usually you see them touch it and then change the direction of the ball.
Yeah.
But he just sort of touches it just to give himself a little bit more power. That's smart. I've not seen that so much.
Yeah, he's focusing on the placement very much, just to go underneath Dead Monster. It is quite hard to get underneath the ball here. Oh, Dead Monster into the bar with his ceiling shot. He's got the demo, maybe. No, Zamué escapes him and gets the side boost. Really bad position now for Dead Monster. His boost is going to be gone, and Zamué looking to continue his aerial dominance. Surely gives Dead Monster a moment to breathe though, and that's going to give Dead Monster at least 100 boosts the next time Zamué comes forward, which is now. No time to wait. Zamué with the open net, and I'll tell you what, not a bad first touch after the smoke screen came clear here. Very nicely done. I don't know how much he knew about it, but well played.
Yeah, I think it just sort of came in, hit him in the side of the head. A smart demo. We've seen him do quite a lot of flicks, quite a lot of little tricks. So maybe Dead Monster is backing off to try and anticipate the flicker or something, and Zamué spots that and just goes, clobbers him.
Dead Monster here, it would have been a really smart play. Actually, it might still be if he had boost. How has he managed this? That is phenomenal. He had hardly any boost here, and he manages to flick the ball past Zamué twice and give himself the open net. Brilliant keep away.
Yeah, very cheeky. Such a cheeky wee boy is Dead Monster. No boost. You're sort of expecting him to dribble into the 100 boost pad.
Yeah.
Fill up again, reset the attack, and then he just swerves on the spot and flicks it over. Nice.
It's a good save, but yeah, just like to echo what you just said, Dead Monster is incredibly cheeky. That was another very sneaky little shot that he put in. He's turned early on this. Zamué reacts well. So Zamué is doing well to see these shots coming, because this is very undead monster to be playing this high up the field with low boost.
I mean, it isn't. Like we've said, he is perfectly capable of changing strategies. So, you know, there's multiple shades of dead monster. He's a complicated man who contains multitudes. You know, he's capable of many things. Go on, what have you got? Do something.
Oh, he's done it! And makes you look intelligent in the play. He's capable of many things, including, but not limited to, a low 50-50, muscling it in 2-2. And Dead Monster is really coming back here. This is a more consistent performance, but more importantly, a very, I would say, more dangerous performance.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit more risks, but they're very calculated risks, and they're very... Oh, he's going to concede right here. But but he's getting rewarded for sort of taking the game to Zamue a bit more, because I think he was sort of hoping that Zamue would just, you know, maybe he watched that series against, was it Revzi or Rezi? I can't remember.
Revzi, yes.
Okay. And maybe he saw that he was playing poor, making a lot of mistakes, and he thought he could just sit, hold the fort, wait for the mistakes to come.
Yeah.
Now that he's realized Zamue seems to have, you know, stepped it up, maybe had a bowl of, like, I don't know, Weavix or something, feeling strong. And now he's realized he has to go and take the game to Zamue, and he's adjusted well to that.
Yeah, Zamue just got all his salt out of his system in the upper bracket, and now he's a changed man for his lower bracket run here, which, you know, just like we keep saying, will end for one of these guys today. This is the last chance. They've had their first life, they've lost it, and now this is where they have to get the win. Zamue, one game away from advancing into qualification match for top 4, and with another demo onto Dead Monster, sends in a 4th goal. Dead Monster was getting a bit too close to the wrong side of Samue's car over and over again here, gets caught out again.
Yeah, just losing out on the scramble a bit there, maybe overextended, getting a bit too nosy. Not even really sure how on purpose the demo was. He just sort of flipped, and then all of a sudden he, you know, exploded the man. Just a little bit overzealous from Dead Monster.
Oh, Dead Monster's not rebounded this. Yeah, I feel like he should have, but Zamue probably expected a touch as well. He didn't think it was going to come straight back at him. Now Dead Monster has got an open net. He's going to put it in immediately. So he makes up for that hesitation at the near post with a very assertive challenge. Still, very much got a series in her hands.
If that were me, I would have pinched that off the goalpost and conceded.
I thought you were going to say, if that were me, I would have done the exact same thing. So it's been echoing around. I can see it, yeah, just slam the post.
I promise I would have pinched that off the post.
It's yeah, just one of those goals where you don't know how far away the opponent is. You're kind of wanting to go as fast as possible in case they're right behind you, but then you don't want to go too fast. You'll just, like say, hit the post. Dead Monster going to try and turn a boost advantage into a goal here. Zamue knows after what happened earlier in the game, he doesn't want to dive in this position. Oh wow, has he snuck a goal in? Yes, he has. Dead Monster can't catch it, and from a very underdog position where he doesn't have a lot of boost, he is able to capitalize. A bad touch there by Dead Monster.
Yeah, a slightly poor touch, but it was still salvageable, and then he flipped like just to the right. If he'd have forward flipped, he would have been able to get in the way of the ball, but he flipped to the right, opened up that lane for Zamue, and then just couldn't keep up with the pace of the shot.
Oh, it's dangerous. Zamue's got Dead Monster. Dead Monster still gets a touch on it though, and both players have recovered, but Dead Monster is the faster of the two, and that is a really good save, as Zamue got a piece of Dead Monster mid-air in this one. Dead Monster still got a touch on the ball and recovered faster.
Yeah, that was a good read. He saw the air dribble bump come nice and early, managed to get, just too high so Zamue didn't get a clean connection on him, and they encountered. Good reading of the game. Pretty unlucky though, you have to feel, if you're Zamue. You did get a piece of the defender.
Yeah.
You would feel like that you kind of deserved the bump there, but these things happen.
Oh, I can already see he's going to go post it on Twitter, then somebody's going to come at him with an analysis of why it happened exactly as it is, and the bumps aren't broken, as always does happen whenever a Rocket League player goes to Twitter to complain about a demo. Just didn't have enough speed this time. Dead Monster coming forward, nice. And that is a very, very deceptive play. It looked like he might be flying ahead of this ball. All of a sudden, he gets a second pop on it, and that is like a kind of cuxer move from way back in the day, saving his jump that late to just pop the ball over an incoming challenge.
yeah, sort of, you know, faking. I don't think he was faking the air dribble bump. I think he was more faking the cheeky.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry. I think he was faking, like, letting it land on him and then do a flick or something, and then he just nice and early before Zamué expects it, uses the second jump to pop it over him.
Yeah, it's a fake jump maybe. 'Cause it looked like it might be a fake jump, and then it actually jumps again and turns it into a real one. Zamué still on match point here, double match point, 1 goal. Obviously, and holding on for the remaining time would send him in to the next round of the competition. Dead Monster in early though. Will he be able to bring us into a game 5? Haven't had one yet today. Dead Monster's shot is lackluster at the near post. Zamué has a lot of boost to play with, but he's used all of it just to get underneath the ball. Awkward touch from Dead Monster. It's high in the air. Dead Monster looking for overtime here. Zamué looking for the back of the net. Well, maybe an opportunity to counter-attack now. Zamué piling on the pressure. Oh my goodness, it's on the goal line. Dead Monster playing with fire, and he nearly got burned.
Yeah, there was a few decisions in that play that I thought were maybe a little bit, you know, walking the line a little bit.
This is rough
right now.
Zamué is piling on the pressure. Dead Monster's fake challenge has caused him to shoot off target. Can he turn it around though? It's still Zamué's play to lose, but Dead Monster is fighting him off. Just avoided the demo several times there. Pinch clear doesn't go very far. Zamué, and now the one up against it. Dead Monster's got a free hit on the ball here. Lots of the goal is wide open, and he's going to find a gap straight down the middle. Dead Monster takes it in game 4. We are going to the ace match in the lower bracket.
Such composure from Dead Monster. I was, you know, internally screaming at him just to shoot. It was just sitting there. I was like, there's so much goal to aim at, just shoot. But I guess he knows better than me. He just delayed it, picked a spot, and takes it to game 5. What a dead dash monster.
What a dead dash monster indeed. I can't believe this though. I mean, both of these guys, like I said earlier, are the 2 real underdog stories for EU qualification by winning their way in here, not getting through on points, but actually winning a qualifier. So I wanted to pay homage to both of them in my in-game name with the dash and the little asterisk. Is that what it's called?
No.
What is it called again? I've totally.
I don't know what it's called, but it's not.
I said this earlier on in the tournament, and I got it right, and now I've blanked on it at the key moment. The accent. I knew it began with A. No. Thank you, Twitch chat, saving me again. Unlike my co-caster here, but.
I was about to say something way dumber. I was about to say Spanish umlaut.
Well, you know, we're about to find out which one of these guys has got what it takes to clutch it up when it matters most, because we're into game 5 now. It is all on the line. Tournament life will be ending for one of these guys after this one game. Zamué took the first 2. Dead Monsters rallied back with 2 games in a row, but they have both been very, very close. This is it, game 5.
Yeah, it's been a great series so far. Dead Monster's pulling out all the tricks. So many little moves up his sleeves that aren't, you know, particularly mechanically amazing. They're just very clever, and they're all about deception. These are little should be change his name to, this is terrible, but Deception Dash Monster.
Okay, I knew you were going to say it. Oh, but you're absolutely right. He's done him again.
I told you.
With an absolute prank and a half. It's not a ceiling shot this time. He just catches it and carries it into the bottom corner. Deception Dash Monster back at it again. See, that's how bad it sounded. I just wanted you to hear it from someone else, so you could hear how bad it sounded when you said it.
Oh, man.
That's one of your worst creations, and you've had many. The naming is usually your strong point.
Is there like a better word for deception that fits better with monster?
I can't think of one off the top of my head. That's one of the harder questions I've ever been thrown at in a Rocket League cast. But I'll get back to you if I think of one. We have got another super tense game here. Both players really taking it to each other right in the start of this game. And remember that these are some very low-scoring first minutes earlier on. Oh, that's the best shot we've seen all day from Dead Monster. What a time to rip out the top shelf screamer. Absolutely perfect on the full volley.
Man alive, that must feel good. Hitting that is so satisfying.
It is.
That was so pretty. Good shot.
It's just one of those that you want to see it go in. As soon as you see it leave the car at that speed and that arc, you're thinking, oh, please, just anything except bar down. Anything except bar down and into the ground is great here. Oh, Dead Monster with a bump. He saved it with a pull shot. Zamué's still here for the follow-up. A way to salvage an otherwise impossible position by Dead Monster. Is he going for this? He is! And it's Zamué with the in-and-out save. What a way for these guys to both step up. We're seeing them play some unbelievable Rocket League, and it's Zamué with the tie game again off the back of a demo.
That was a great passage of play from Zamué. So he got a little bit unlucky, he got bumped, and then it looked like he was about to concede, but he reacted so quickly to recover and make the block. Then again, he's you know, back against the wall in defense. Dead Monster hits a cracking shot, he saves it into the crossbar, and then he comes and counters, gets the demo and scores. Just exquisite 1v1 play from Zamué for that, you know, like a solid minute there. I don't know how long it was, but
yeah,
it felt like a long time.
Honestly, both players, it was just a phenomenal little passage of play. Great exchange. Zamué trying to bump Dead Monster into the goal, but Dead Monster just got a touch on the ball before he did it. I mean, I just have no idea which way this one's going to go. A Dead Monster just comes slamming through with the demo. Is he going to go for the mind game here? No, he's just going to force it in. No time for nonsense from this range. Dead Monster ahead again.
Thank God. I kind of thought he was going to miss that, to be honest. He looked like he was sort of freaking out, but he got there. He got there.
It's that kind of position. If the player you just demoed, they spawn near post, you just go straight for the far post. But if they spawn at the far post, you've got the option of going for that mind game. I've seen it so many times in this position, and it would have been a devastating goal to score in a series this close, in a game this close, under this much pressure. But I love the confidence of Dead Monster just forcing that one in as well. He read the timing of Zamué's arrival to perfection. And he's still getting better and better as this series continues.
Yeah, probably should have gone for a different play there. I don't know, when your opponent's got zero boost, you're probably looking to shoot more often or flick more often than you are looking for the low fake. I think he should have always just
he's done him. He has done him. Dead Monster, in the kind of positions earlier on in the series where Zamué was dominating, has really put this one that put two and two together and started to find goals from Zamué's plays, not just from his own. That was Zamué trying to keep the attack up, trying to keep the pressure on, and Dead Monster just came in for the immediate interception.
Yeah, maybe a bit poor from Zamué. A very good opportunistic shot from Dead Monster, but probably something you kind of have to see coming if you just pop it up like that, right in front of your opponent.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit poor from Zamué.
After the first game of the series, I think Zamué's been conditioned to expect Dead Monster to just back off and shadow every single play, and that's not the case anymore. Like you said earlier on, he's really adapted well. Both of these guys are so good at sneaking in these demos though when they're side by side. Zamué has to get goals very soon, and that is not going to get it done. He's totally messed up his takeoff. Really good at adaptation though. After plan A failed, he was straight into a backup plan, and it's going to be a goal if he puts it on target. Oh, it's off the bar on the goal line. Zamué puts it in. I do not believe it. It's bouncing around like a pinball machine, but eventually it crosses the line.
Yeah, good play from Zamué, just to not give up.
Was
basically.
it?
Just to keep, I don't know.
It was good. I'll tell you what it was. It was good enough.
It's good enough. Yeah.
It's good enough.
Just.
You might be able to go one better than good enough here. Dead Monster very much the underdog from this position. And like earlier, Zamué just pops the ball up right next to him. Dead Monster with a chance to get back into the play. And now he's the one who sneaks in the demo. They're really back and forth with these, just taking turns demoing each other in close quarters.
Bit of a tame shot from Dead Monster, but manages to take the boost from it at least.
Oh,
cheeky.
That was a less tame shot there.
Yeah.
Top corner just saving Zamué. Dead Monster's actually up for this. This is a risky position. He's still got a little bit of boost saved up, and even this tiny amount of boost is huge for Dead Monster. It gives him the confidence to stay on this ball and know that he can still recover if everything goes completely wrong.
And then he runs away.
Oh yeah, he used that 12 boost to accelerate. Can you imagine how slow that flip would have been if he had 0? It would have looked pretty bad. But now this is a chance for Zamué. Oh, he's just totally shanked it wide though. And both players, maybe late in the game, letting the nerves get to them, which is understandable. absolutely tournament life on the line here, and just less than a minute to play in regulation time. Good bump by Zamué as he sends it into the corner.
This could be a chance.
I think he's got it.
What's he doing? I think he's got it. There you go.
He does. Dead Monster, just the same as earlier on in the game, has converted from a demo in the back corner, and he's just fast enough again with the wave dash to send it in before Zamué's back. This is a reverse sweep. I do not believe it. After seeing game one, Dead Monster has totally turned this one around. And you know, I thought that his qualification for this tournament would be the most crazy thing we see him do, but he's actually giving us something else to think about here. He might just be able to waste the remaining time, Marky.
Yeah, this is his game to win. He's just got to hold on to the ball, and I feel like he's the exact type of guy you'd want to have just sitting, wasting time, holding on to the ball.
Oh,
no! You
Zamué!
Why have you done that?
Oh my goodness, that's a huge play by Zamué. Dead Monster wanted a 50-50 here. He just tries to draw in Zamué to the challenge, because if this ball bounces out in any other direction than a clean win for Zamué, the game is probably over. But Zamué got it past him. What a cut. We've got 10 seconds left. A good kickoff would be incredibly tense. And I tell you what, he's going to get one here. This is at least half a chance.
Oh, man.
It was a full chance, Marky. Oh, he said it slowly. I don't think he's going to make it. Oh!
That's going to hurt.
Zamué!
That's going to hurt. Nice
Millimeters.
luck in chat.
Did he say nice luck?
Yeah, he said nice luck.
Oh my goodness, he said nice luck. I mean, it's understandable frustration. The salt mine delivers once again when we wonder if it will.
Luck.
But obviously, there's no luck in that. His shot just wasn't fast enough, and let's not take anything away from the incredible comeback that we just saw from Dead Monster. 2 games down, looking absolutely like lost for what to do. And he just improved, and then improved again, and he is going to advance. He has advanced into the next round of the competition.
Yeah, a bit of a tactical masterclass. He switched up strategies, started challenging a lot earlier, started making moves a lot earlier, had a lot more tricks up his sleeves when he had possession. Just a really admirable, intelligent display from Dead Monster. Really, just a joy to watch. What a lad.
Yeah, what an absolute lad. Dead Monster just coming up with the goods, and he did enough to make it into the next round of the lower bracket. But that's, just step one. Dead Monster has no more lives left. He needs to win every single match from here on if he's going to make it in to the top 4 and then top 2 to win this tournament. But I feel like nothing he ever does is going to surprise me anymore, because this guy just keeps on coming up with so many incredible runs. The true Cinderella story here, as a nice bit of luck gets him the final win there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's unbelievable. You have to feel bad for Zamué. It's understandable to. I mean, can you think of any worse way to lose than what we just saw, where you take a shot on an open net and you just know when you're seeing it, you're like, that's not going to make it, and he must have known as well. Oh no, I've not hit this ball hard enough.
Yeah, it hurts, and he definitely could have hit it harder.
Oh yeah,
he still had
100% could have taken a touch and banged that in. Not even had to worry about the bounce. It was open. It was open, in the words of Jesse. But that's how it goes. Dead Monster with the reverse sweep over Zamué. He has advanced into the next round of the competition, where he awaits the loser of our top series here in the bracket, Khaled versus Astral. So Khaled and Astral play tomorrow, first series of the day, I believe, and then later on that same day, it'll be third series. The loser of that will play against Dead Monster. So many hype matches still to come for this Salt Mine 2, but that's the end of the EU portion of today's stream. We'll be right back after this short break with some matches from the North American bracket.